Associated Press is the source. Sean Diddy Combs files motion to dismiss some claims in a sexual lawsuit. Lord have mercy, it never stops with this guy. Lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs pushed back against a woman's lawsuit that accused him of sexual assault, filing a motion Friday to dismiss some claims that were not under the law when the incident occurred. The motion filed in New York court claims Combs cannot be sued because certain laws didn't exist when Joy Dickerson-Neal made the allegations against him in 1991. The music mogul's lawyers want certain statutes from Dickerson-Neal's claims, such as revenge porn and human trafficking, to be dismissed with prejudice. Now think about that. Revenge porn and human trafficking, but not the allegation itself. How about that? In the filing last year, she said Combs intentionally drugged her, brought her to his home, and sexually assaulted her after a date in Harlem when she was 19 years of age and a college student. Without her knowledge, Combs videotaped the assault and later shared it with several friends in the music industry. The lawsuit alleges he denied the allegations, accusing her of seeking to exploit the New York law that temporarily extended the statute of limitations. While Friday's motion seeks to dismiss the case on legal grounds, Diddy's attorneys and the mogul vehemently deny what they call numerous false, offensive, salacious accusations in the lawsuit. Dickerson-Neal's claim came nearly 3 decades after his alleged misconduct, and the New York State revenge porn law was not codified until 2019. Combs' lawyer said. His attorneys also pointed out a few others, including the New York Services for Victims of Human Trafficking law, which came into effect in 2007. The Associated Press does not typically name people who say they have been sexually abused unless they come forward publicly, as Dickerson-Neal has done. Last month, Combs' properties in LA, Miami were raided, as most of you know. And just a recap of everything that went on. Naturally, he settled a lawsuit in November with a woman he dated by the name of Cassie. February, a music producer filed a lawsuit alleging Combs coerced him to solicit prostitutes and pressure him to have sex with them. That was Mr. Lil Rod. Another Combs accuses was a woman who said he raped her 2 decades ago when she was 17. Combs and his attorneys have denied all of the allegations in the lawsuits. So let's just go back up here. There were no statute of limitations at the time. So basically, this is a bunch of BS on part of him and his attorneys. Okay? Always read the fine print because that's where the truth lies. She claims that he drugged her, sexually assaulted her after a date. Okay? But Sean and his attorneys are saying, well, there were no laws on the books at the time. So they want, once again, certain statutes from the Dickerson claims, such as revenge porn and human trafficking, to be dismissed with prejudice. But you don't have anything in this writing to dismiss the actual sexual assault. So revenge porn and human trafficking to be dismissed. Well, what about the allegation of sexual assault? Sean Combs, let the Queen talk to you for just a second. Stop the BS, okay? You're not denying that you sexually assaulted her. You're just basically saying she's finagling and trying to canoodle the law to get a payday. But what you're not saying is that you didn't sexually assault her. Or let's say we go all the way to the bottom of the article where you will say, I didn't do it. But what's interesting is you want certain parts of the allegations dismissed without prejudice. Because here it says right here, Combs and his attorneys have denied all of the allegations. Well, if you're denying all of the allegations, why is the sexual assault not being asked to be removed? See, that makes no sense. 2 of the allegations you won't dismiss with prejudice because they don't fall under the guidelines of the law at the time when there was no law. You're contradicting yourself. You either assaulted her, revenge porn, drugged her, or you didn't. It doesn't make any sense to take pieces of the allegations and say, well, we just want these 2 dismissed. But the one that got the ball rolling, which is the sexual assault, you don't mention that in the dismissal. So basically, you did sexually assault her. You drugged her. and you pass the porn around that you videotaped without her consent, and nobody's going to make up that they saw or heard that they have been seen in a video with you for no damn reason. Why would I want to make that up about myself? That I had sex with you, for one, that means I'm telling my business. Two, I'm going to lie and say I was in a sex tape and didn't consent. And yet there are eyewitnesses who came to her and told her they saw her in the tape, and they let her know. And I'm glad they let her know, because they had every right to let her know. And anybody who's in a tape, consensual or non-consensual, knew about the tape or not, they should want to know that somebody filmed them without their damn knowledge and that it's been spread around. And I won't doubt that Sean still has a copy of that tape, and I won't doubt that other people have a copy of that tape. This is a low-down black man, do you hear me? And he ain't no different than R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Weinstein, Epstein, and whoever else is out here doing these dirty deeds with women, men, children, whomever. He's just a dirty bug, and he's been caught. And I believe a lot of the allegations by Cassie. I do believe some of the allegations by Mr. Lil Rod. And I won't doubt there are many more who have stories about Puffy and his vile behavior. He's dirty, he's nasty, he's vile, and he's been caught. The question is, will he pay out? Will he pay out again and again and again? Will there be more allegations against him? And will he be brought up on charges? Because Mr. Lil Rod is wanting him to respond to his affidavit. So how about that? Will he respond to the allegations and the complaint by Lil Rod, the producer, who was living in his home and also working with him? We will see. Basically, he's going to say the same thing he had said at the bottom of this article. I didn't do any of the things you said I did. And he'll possibly get with him to get a payout and pay him and tell him not to talk about it. Sign a piece of form, a piece of paper, NDA form, to say, we never discussed this, I never paid you, don't talk about it no more. If you do, then I'll sue you. You're still telling on yourself, because one, you just said you would never pay anybody, but I won't doubt you'll probably pay him to make him go away. The point is, who else are you going to pay to make them go away? Will you have these other women sign forms, take a settlement, and then never talk about it again? We will see. Thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below this video. Please check out my content in the YouTube queue, my shorts on P. Diddy, and other breaking news. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $McAngie129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live. I believe you raped this lady, assaulted her, drugged her, and even if you didn't drug her, I believe you assaulted her. I think you've been doing this a long time, probably 30 years in the making, and I doubt that you'll stop because you believe you're untouchable, you're invincible. But I think deep down in your mind, you know there's a chance that this house of cards, these cards are going to fall, and your reign will be no longer. Thank you for joining me. You've been listening to The Vault. Exhale.